Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. Today I want to talk to you about Apex Legends. I know there's been a lot of buzz about this game. I found out about it about this time last week where they said there was a surprise Respawn game that was rumored to be coming out on Monday. So came Monday and pretty much they had a live stream, really revealed this game, and I started playing it when I got home from work that day. I'll tell you a few things I liked about the game. I definitely recommend that you go ahead and try it. You have really nothing to lose because it's a free-to-play game. I'm not a very big BR guy, so as you guys already know, you really don't see any Battle Royale content on my channel. I downloaded Fortnite. It still doesn't get played. PUBG is just one of those games where if somebody like really wants to play badly, then I'll kind of hop on with them if I'm good friends with them. But for the most part, I don't really play PUBG either. Blackout was the closest thing to actually playing Battle Royale that I got. And to me, this game is like 3 times better than Blackout. So it has all of the... Oh, I also played Ring of Elysium a little bit. That game was pretty cool. I like some of the mechanics, like being able to just attach something to your gun as soon as you pick it up. So for me, this game, like I said, is about 3 times better than Blackout. The movement system, I like it. If you're used to Titanfall, it's pretty much the same exact movement system, minus like any of the jetpacks and the double jumps. You can still climb pretty well. It's kind of like you scale the building, and depending on where you get to is where you'll end up. And it's more or less, like I said, it's kind of like Titanfall because you can slide really quickly down hills. So if you're going downhill for something, then that's definitely the way to go. You just go ahead and slide, and you literally go like 3 times faster. So the other thing that I like about this is that it does force you to play as a team. And this video is pretty much based off of my first win. And I didn't have a mic or anything. I was just playing with these 2 random dudes, and we won. We just stuck together, and it was a pretty easy win, to be honest, because we had our supers, we had just teamwork, and you can mark different things. So when I was missing things like light armor or light ammo or anything like that, they would just kind of ping useful things that they had too much of, useful resources, and then we just went off and just went on a tear. One thing that makes this game very easy to play as a team is that you drop together, and that's like one of the things, because I don't play a lot of Battle Royale games, it makes it very difficult for me to like parachute down quickly, and we always end up like a few houses apart is like the best case scenario. Sometimes I'll end up in one city and they'll end up in another city, and it's just because I suck at parachuting. So for me, being able to just have a flight master, which is a cool concept, I think a lot of games should implement that, is like I could have my more experienced friend be the flight master, because you can delegate it. Like I've been the flight master a couple times, and I always just pass it off. It's just easier because I don't really have the best techniques for like swooping in or going down quickly, especially if there's another team coming down. So that to me is a really cool mechanic. I also like the fact that they included heroes, so it kind of gives you something to attach to. There's a little bit of controversy right now about their sexuality, but honestly, I don't give a damn what they like. It's a video game. So I don't care what the characters really look like. I don't really care like who they fuck with as far as like sexual. It doesn't matter to me. So I don't really care. My favorite so far has been Bloodhound, because you get that speed boost. So when you use that speed boost, you can move around the map a little bit quicker. You also can see enemy footprints. It's kind of like Tracker from Call of Duty or using Jackal in Rainbow Six Siege. So you can kind of see their footprints and then sneak up on them, and just you move like twice as fast. So you couple that with sliding downhill or no fall damage when you go to jump from high distances, which is another really cool mechanic. You can pretty much jump from the moon down to earth and take no fall damage. I don't know what happens if you fall off the map. You probably do kill yourself. But speaking of like dying, the other thing is you can be revived, which I really liked if you get killed. The downside to it, which really isn't a downside because it makes a little bit of sense, is that if you get killed and you get revived, you come back with nothing. So you pretty much jump off the dropship again, and it says you've been revived. You parachute down to your teammates, or you jump down to your teammates, and that's it. Like you don't have anything that you died with. Now, theoretically, if you're still within the circle, you could probably go back and find your body or find your stuff. I haven't tried it because literally the way I died is because the whole team was under fire, and me being me, I kind of just stood out a little bit to the left while my teammates were tucked in behind cover, and then I got wrecked. So that was a rough experience, but it was really cool that they were able to revive me. And the way you do that is you grab a banner. So you pretty much go up to your dead teammate's body and you take something off of them, and you go to a revive station. It takes about 10 seconds. You hold there. You're pretty not useless, but vulnerable to getting attacked while you're there. but when it's all said and done, you pretty much get your teammate's life back, and that's a big deal because if you're, let's say your top fragger gets killed, or a friend of yours that's the best gets killed, then you can go ahead and just revive that person and be right back in the game. I also like the fact that you can use special abilities, like, I forgot her name, but the chick that's a medic, she pretty much has like a health drone, and she also could call in care packages, which you get essentially like level 3 armor. So that's really cool that you can just pick that type of stuff up. Another little small caveat that I liked is that when you're shooting at people and you kind of get the damage points, you can A, see how much damage you did to them, and B, you can actually see what kind of armor they had. So to me, that's a big deal because I'm not very familiar with the genre. I know how armor works, I know how the basics work, but at the end of the day, like, I wouldn't say I'm like a a battle royale vet. So to be able to see like how much damage I did, so I can kind of gauge whether I should push or stay back, and also, you know, what armor they have, so I can be like, yeah, if I did 22 damage, I really didn't do much to them at all. So I can kind of make my next move based off of the intel that it gives me. So this game is really good at that. And earlier, like I said, I didn't have a microphone, and I was able to completely communicate with my teammates. Like, there's the marking system on this game is really, really, really good. I was able to tell my teammates exactly where I was going. I was telling them where I was looting, what I needed, what I found. Because if you look at an item and you just ping it, it'll just know what item it is. So if you see a hemlock, you just ping it and it'll say hemlock over here, and then your teammates will be able to see that gun icon on their mini map. So for me, that was just a really, really, really cool and easy to use feature that I feel a lot more games should implement, just because it's just, there's a lot of times you get into lobbies and people don't have mics. This game is taking off like crazy, and I know that people will always want to know how long it'll be around. How long do you think it'll last? I don't know. My guess is that, I mean, Fortnite kind of came out of nowhere and it was free to play, so there's no barrier to entry. And if it's a good game on top of that, like, Fortnite has gotten better over the time that it's been out, but this game has pretty much come out and it's been pretty polished. The only thing you run into is a couple of server issues. Now everything's pretty new, so nobody really knows for a fact, like, you know, if something's running well or if it's running poorly. It's just running right now the way that we know it, you know what I mean? But I think that this game has A, the money to go the distance. B, it's kind of ironic. I was watching a video from, I think, Downward Thrust on EA making a big mistake, how Titanfall 2 was pretty much crippled because Battlefield 1 launched. I think it was right before or right after. It was right before it, I think. And essentially, Titanfall 2's player base, this is the player base Titanfall 2 should have always had, because it was really that good of a game, but it never had that many players online. So hopefully, you know, they revisit that. But this just ties into my point of, this could be around for a very long time. And if they end up just, let's say, for instance, releasing Titanfall Apex 2 years down the line and this game is still popping, then we'll finally see what Respawn can actually do in a multiplayer like TDM and domination type setting with this Titanfall universe. But overall, it's interesting to see another battle royale contender come into the scene. PUBG, every time I look, has less and less players online, especially on Steam. If I look on SteamCharts.com, it's just, I haven't seen it today, but every time I look, like from the times when it was like almost a million people online concurrently, I'd be seeing like sometimes 90,000 online, which is crazy because Siege almost has that amount at its peak hours. And then it does peak at like sometimes 400,000, 500,000 people online. So I'm not saying it's dead by any means, but this game has come out of nowhere. It's free to play, so there's no, like I said, there's no cost to get in. And definitely you should, I recommend that you try it because, like I said, it's free. Why not, right? And that's all I got. I don't want to ramble too much. You guys be easy, and I will catch you in the next video, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay.
Firing for effect. Recharging.